Yeah, hey, what's up? It's Keith. Just had to go with a little bit of a listen for that because I'm just in this moment of awe right now. Here's my whole place. First, I just wanted to report, and then I just thought about one thing, and I just thought, shit. I'm in this moment of like just getting fully into self-love, and I always thought that self-love and not paying attention to the emotions and what you think and the mentalness of everything and how we think, how we're like heavy thinking creatures is just got to be the major doorway to healing. And I'm just having this major revelation because I've just, this couple years, I've been working on this self-love thing. It started in 2013 with my work with Anthony Torres and the Archangel Healer. Look him up. Get work done with him. It will be like groundbreaking. That's when it all started with me. And then it simultaneously, I was reading that book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And I'm not a big reader, but what I do read, it becomes epic and it becomes like a major part of me. Like I just don't read. And that book really moved me because I was already kind of an advanced student of that book. But it's still, I realize that a lot of people, that book works for them. So anyways, we get on with it. So I got to this point where I started cutting out friends, useless friends. It's not that I hate them or, or just whatever. People that we're hanging on to, right, that are nostalgic, those kind of friends. And we're just hanging on and there's no reason for us to see them. And when we go see them and when we hang out with them, it's just really fucking tedious as fuck and it just drives us fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? So I got rid of all of those. It was painful too, and because I'm an empathetic person, man, to do that. I'm still affected by one. I think about him all the time, but I had to cut him. They weren't doing me, weren't servicing me, no good whatsoever at all, whatsoever. No way. So I got rid of that. And on we go. Things are happening, and I'm learning to love myself more and more. And I'm hiding away, and I'm being a monk all the time, and I'm doing amazing things, and I'm meditating, and I spend almost half a year doing a blended fast, and I have all these magical things happen, including connecting directly with Archangel Raziel. Fuck, I gotta talk about that, but who knows if I ever will. That all happened in 2015, and I just kept following, and just like falling in love with myself. And then all of a sudden this happened to my house, and I was going to Thailand, and I was learning to have a relationship with everybody and just living more and more by my principles, and I was just having these slow awakenings where I was just like feeling good all the time. And then when it really, really happened, when it really cracked, this is crazy too, because when people talk about becoming enlightened, especially, systems like I was like I'm still a little obsessed with Hare Krishna and stuff like that, right? They talk about these long periods of time where you have to meditate to become enlightened, and I'm kind of like bullshit, I'm so into this, of our past lives, of this life not being so important. It is important, but it's just a speck of dust in this sea of time that's our soul. All right, so to live by that, what have you, and then you live in that and everything becomes lighter and everything. Like I was actually having coffee, I'm drinking coffee right now, I was at a Starbucks, and I overheard these people just talking about, oh, this country's really going down in the toilet. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. The world's getting better. I'm really not seeing it. Sorry. Fucking people awakening everywhere. You know? It's amazing. It's not going to be easy. We know that. If we're concerned with our own soul expansion, we know that. We know it's gonna fucking hurt. You gotta cry. I cried a lot. Geez, back in 2013, I cried all the fucking time, man. And actually, I was in a point where I was like sticking this emotional, like, kind of pin in there where, you know, you're digging up a fucking thorn out of your, like, that's deep in there and you can't get out and it fucking hurts. Like when you were a kid. I was doing such deep shadow work that, like, I got to a point for like maybe a week, maybe not more than a week, slightly 10 days, of where if I wasn't breaking myself into shit and crying, like hardcore, like losing it, like falling on the floor, I wasn't doing the work that I was supposed to be doing. That was back in roughly October 2013, somewhere in there. Anyways, so when it all changed was my seeing Anthony Torres and him talking about A Course in Miracles. Now, my friend Julie, who is also a psychic friend of mine and another great importance of mine, is also been into A Course in Miracles, and I kind of established with her because I have a hard time reading really complex, great literature works. Like, I'm trying to think of who is that one that, like, kind of intellectual, artistic people fucking love. I can't even think of it. Like, weird shit like William Burroughs, I don't have a hard time with. But the point is like, A Course in Miracles is a really fucking rough ass read because it's channeled and you gotta really stay focused. And I'm kind of a little bit scattered. But I still gotta get after it. So Anthony Torres told me what Course in Miracles meant. And he told me that he studied it for, I think, 10 years or something, he said, like a monk. That he'd come to like maybe a dark spot in his life, or I'm not really, I'm paraphrasing the story, but it's still kind of important, where he said, told me this, and he said, oh, A Course in Miracles is basically a channeled work, you know, which is, the spirit is Yeshua, which is Jesus. And he goes, it's basically this super important work, and it's a giant work, and it's basically a massive work that is the sort of more vast version of the word namaste. The God in me recognizes the God in you. And I'd already been working with, you know, learning unconditional love. Okay, cut to the chase, Keith. So basically my just thinking about it, and I was like, I really did start feeling this in my sort of meditations, and especially when I was in Thailand, I was sort of obsessing it in my mind. And already that's magic. When you keep replaying in your mind, and that's the most powerful magic I do, is because I'm obsessive. And obsessive and compulsive is not a bad thing. It's just when it's a disorder. So when you're obsessive and you're compulsive and you channel it, you're doing magic. So that's what I did. I just became obsessed with Course in Miracles and thinking that I could download the principles of that. And then all of a sudden, cut to the chase more, I'm loving everybody. I fucking dig everybody. You know, what a weird thing to look at people that repulsed you. You're like, you know, so many people in this world are just looking at this person, that person, and going, you're the fucking cause of everything fucking wrong in this world, motherfucker. Like, people just have that under their disgust, under their scowls. And, you know, when you so rise above that, and I just, you know, I know you're God also, and you're on a journey, and I just dig that we're all together here making this reality unfold as we turn this world into a better place, and we ride this ride together, and blah, 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 and that's how I think. So then I start living my life. I get back from Thailand, and this house is a mess, and it's more of a mess now. It was all just stripped bare before. Me and Jason get together, and He's my best friend. Love of my life. You know, that's another thing too, is I stopped doing relationships the way people think of living. I do them my way. Like I have a not sexual, not romantic relationship with anymore, but Jason was the love of my life. We were married, and he has a boyfriend, and I just do what I want with people. And when people fucking, like, they want to put everything in a box. And so, what am I trying to say here? You know, we could use I don't know if that's going too far off on a digression, but do you follow me? There's like so much restriction that you put on yourself when you take something that is as elaborate. Here we go. Here I go. That is as elaborate as hooking up with other human beings. That's like conductivity. Like I'm really, really fucking learning this. Like I used to really hate human beings. It's hooking up a circuit. You know, you bring up a bunch of wires, or it's hooking up a software that finally starts working. You bring a couple of amazing human beings together, and then you don't place judgment in that. And you just let it be what it is and don't call it weird shit that's going to make it dysfunctional so that it actually works. You won't believe what will happen in your life. Cut to the chase. Okay. So this is why I'm playing this music, is because I came back from Thailand. I had to do music, and I'm a musician, and I'm making amazing music. And I put out 6 records as Second Culture, and I came to the realization that I love to do stuff by myself. So Second Culture is totally amazing. It's kind of this like experimental pop, and we've been on the verge. We've had one track that's gone top 5 or top 30 in Canada in the college chart on the last record. You know, just we kind of need management, but the fact that we're doing something totally unique, I refuse management. And so I just kind of got to get it down with that. But then it's a different band. It's a studio band. And I come to the realization that I have to, like, I love to work by myself. Like, it's like, I don't care about making great music, because I am making great music in Second Culture, but it's 2 other people that are like kind of have wound up calling the shots besides me. So I love working by myself. That's where I come from. So this piece of music I'm doing, I wrote this like quick. This is like a 25-minute piece of music, and I'm actually decided I'm putting it out on vinyl. Like my hero, Klaus Schulze. It's going to be 120, well, it has to go down to 21 or 22 minutes, be one side of vinyl. I'm putting out 2 pieces of long music, and this one I'm playing in here is one of them. So the digression is important, because I'm doing what the fuck I want, because I love myself. I love myself more. And so here's the big thing of the day, okay? So this is not, I'm so like ordered, and I'm so like talking like a fucking major motherfucker. A little bit high, but not that much. Here's the big thing here too, okay? That's where my stove goes. Here's my whole kitchen. My new kitchen, my new life, everything. Refrigerator's gonna go right there. See? It's just out of the way while we're working. So I talked to, like, Jason goes, why are you even putting the fucking stove back in? He goes, what a waste of space. You know, and I think to myself, I told him, I was already thinking about that. Like, but it just seems so, like, avant-garde. You know, and here we go. It's like, get the fuck out of society. Like, why do you gotta do what people want to do? Why do you gotta... It's just bullshit. It's just getting into the fucking traditions of a fucking broken society, man. Cut to the chase, Keith. So guess what I'm doing? I'm so excited. After I made the decision yesterday, I marinated in a while. I am not putting a stove or an oven in my kitchen. Ta-da! And when I made that decision, I was just high as fuck. That's why I'm happy right now, because it's like, I'm living my fucking life at 53, after fucking dealing with all the bullshit and realizing that as God, the light's weird in here. That's why it keeps shifting. Just because I got that one light and whatever. But this is why we come here. This place is a boot camp. And when we get it, we totally get it. We finally start fucking moving. you know, and I'm moving right now. I was so elated about realizing, fuck that oven. And then I was so like, that's so avant-garde. That's so not what people would do. Hey, so I'm working hard on my kitchen. I'm excited because I did come into that of just doing what I want. Of Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Or, get in frame, get in frame. I'm not mastering this today. I had this the other day of where I'm trying to be in frame. Let me hold it in front of myself. Like that. Oh, wow. See myself in the mirror. Okay. So I'm excited because when you really plug in, and the marijuana was a big help of me just letting it go and not kind of giving a shit. And that's what happens with me. And that's why I've always liked it, of just because it's really important for me to be outside of society, right? I was born that way. And so as I'm getting older and I realize like what's my place, and my psychic friend Julie has just told me that that's how I affect culture. That's what's important about me, is just that I do everything the way that I want. Find the empowerment of that we are God, and I'm discovering that. And as I told the contractor, and he said, that's no problem. That's great. We'll do that, okay? And he was working with me. He's an old school hippie, you know, an old school surfer. He actually knows the world I come from, even though he totally fits in with the normal world. When he realized, and he goes, hey, no problem. We'll do that. And so we're putting some shit in there. I actually have a lot of 25-pound bags of stuff that's taking up space. And so no oven, no stove in my kitchen. All right, it's Keith. Support me by supporting my music. I'm going to be doing videos in there. Support me could later on as I get working on writing my book and all that kind of stuff. You can support me by supporting my music, and you can support me by supporting me. Pushing like, comment. I got to catch up on all my comments and stuff, okay? I'm just getting more involved, finding myself, loving interacting with people. People have come visited me who watch me on YouTube, and they're majorly inspirational, and things have come to a big realization today of just that everything is perfect, and self-love is of utmost importance, and realizing that you are God is the power of the magician, the number one card in the tarot deck, the inner power, the power that's your own, which is the entire power of the universe once you learn to channel it in the way that you know how to channel it. Woo. Woo. Support me by supporting my music, secondculture.bandcamp.com. That's second culture is one word, .bandcamp, one word, .com. Free downloads on there. I haven't done anything, but I just keep saying this. This is my commercial, so when I talk, I can get in the habit of saying this all the time because I want to blog all the time. I love interacting with people. Love you all. I'll get to the questions. I know the questions go all the way back. And second-culture.com. All right. Little gray, but that's one thing we're going to work on getting rid of. Bye.